Thank you for listening to 11 Speak. You're now tuned in for another live Vine message. Alright, so I just want to say a little bit about the Decepticons. The Decepticons. Okay, so sometimes you get a person and they be like trying to get in a place of power, right? And they make their way to power somehow, right? And but they use deceptive practices, right? And then they get people around them that like have their back, right? But the funny thing about the Decepticons is like you can see how it works, because they'll say one thing and then their little hens will be like gather in like you know, they gotta crawl on top, they're all over it, like they gotta pipe up like whoop 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 whoop. So the Decepticons, like, you know, someone calls them out or whatever, and then they're like get called out, and then all their little hens are like, oh, you know, they're cheering on the head Decepticon because they're bots, you know. And sometimes you see kind of like a nice person get caught up in this, like they're like seem like a good, smart, nice person, but they get caught up with in the mix with the Decepticon, and that person has like power, and they use that power to kind of justify, like, how do you think I got here in this position of power that I put myself in, right? Like Jezebel will say she calls herself a prophetess, right? But the thing she teaches is, you know, what's food sacrificed to idols? Well, if you eat by the fruit of the lips and your fruit of the lips is lies, okay, that's not really fruit, right? They're like pointed arrows and stuff. So you're a Decepticon and you're dispensing lies, and your words come out, they fall flat, right? They don't build anything. They're just like blocks flying out of your face, like you a Lego, but they ain't building nothing. Anyways, Decepticon got their little flock, and you can see how they work because it's always the same. Anyways, the cool thing about stuff right now is stuff's coming to light, and people are holding their ground against the Decepticons and being like, yo, despite the fact that you know, profess to your own well-doing, like the whole reason we having this discussion is because it became apparent and transparent you doing something dirty, right? They'll just be like the first to tell you how good a person they are, though, or how, you know. But food sacrificed to idols could be like lies, because when you give your mouth power over to deception, the father of lies, right? He speaks lies from the start. It's all he about is lies. So that's sort of food sacrificed to idol, because at that point you are sacrificing your holy temple and your mouth gate to the enemy. So Jezebel's spirit probably like pretty good liar, and she is a liar, you know. She's an accuser. She'll call out a good person and call them something like messed up to try to bring out the shame. Anyway, so watch out, you know. Don't be hanging out with a Decepticon, because they can try to tell you that they're so good and you might believe it, and then you're one of them good people that's caught up in the mix defending a Decepticon, and at the end of the day the righteous is going to come out on top, and then you're going to be like, yo, I defended this other person, but it turns out they really like Decepticons on everybody. They dispense their deceptions. So Decepticon. Thank you for listening to 11 Speak. Like and subscribe down below, and hit the bell icon to get the notifications from the live Vine. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you'd like me to speak on.